Hey guys, just how difficult is it to, I guess, slow down and contain Kennedy Carter?
Definitely not easy.
No.
And an errant pass from Magbegor. Look at how fast.
Foul trouble.
Carter between the wickets, driving in again.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. I played with Kennedy, and she really has a real talent, and being able to structure like a system or schemes around her is tough.
Evans. Back to Carter. Step on Horston and gets to the window and scores.
It's hard.
Things that she did tonight that like gave you guys problems were what? Like, was it necessarily the downhill drive?
Carter with it, driving in on Holmes and gets Carter now with 11 leading all scores.
Was it even sort of deeper than that, Ezzy?
Yeah, I mean, I think with defense, it takes a team to guard someone.
Pass over the top, well connected to Kennedy Carter. How about that feed?
It's not an individual matchup. I think, we could have helped whoever was matched up on her, just being there on the split line, being there to rotate, just making her shots tough. She did make some tough shots, but I think, as Nick has said, she's a great player, so she knows, how to get to her spots. And she is quick, so.
For Seattle, they're now 0 of 10, and streaking the other way is Carter, and Noah Quinn might want to call a timeout right here.
Just have to, it takes 5 on the floor to defend her.
Then at the end there, you guys were down 9 and you cut it to 2. Did you feel as if you just ran out of time?
On Carter off the bounce.
Spin move in the lane, floating it up with the right hand. Offensive board, Harrison. Back out Carter, thinks about re-racking. She'll dribble in and fire from 15. Out of where it's been all Chicago in the third.
I felt like we allowed a 30-point third quarter. I think that's something that playing a team like that, you just can't do that. I think that's tough right there. And of course, towards the end, when we were able to make our push, the clock ran out.
Going right off of that, NECA, what kind of had that allowed them to be so effective?
I mean, they were scoring.
Good job by Holmes to poke it free. 7 on the shot clock. 3 on the way. Seconds left to go and more.
They were scoring. They were definitely scoring.
1 point off the lead. It was 4. Now it's 3. And feeling it. Kennedy Carter, player of the game stuff right now.
Enough. And not only does Carter get the bucket.
And I think that I think at times we were kind of overthinking a little bit when it came to how we wanted to be effective, with whatever stops we were able to get.
She probably stonewalls about 99% of all wing players in the league with that defense there, but not Kennedy Carter, and here's the answer.
But definitely coming out the gate and scoring, they set the tone for that second half in the third quarter.
Pretty cool game you got going on you out here next year after you finish up your season. Dick, Elise, back to you.
Reese in the third quarter. They outscored Seattle in the paint 22-6 in the third quarter. Carter the pull up. That's good.
As you said, a career high with 8 block shots, and a lot of them were very emphatic.
Working on Magbegor. Doubled. Poke free. Nice job by Agumake. Ball loose on the floor. We're going to have a tie-up.
Just talk about all of those, and then NECA, I guess, from your perspective, seeing those.
Yeah, I mean, the guards do a really great job of getting downhill, and something I like to do is just, be there defensively for my teammate. Definitely think I could have done it more, but just being there on split line, being there to help, getting deflections. It doesn't necessarily have to be a block, but yeah, just being there to help my teammates.
Yeah, I mean, it's such assertive energy when Ezzy takes those shots and just swats them. It's always surprising every time, even though we know that she's capable of it.
Okay. Magbegor driving baseline on Cardoso, flips it up and in. Stewart can't get it to go, and Seattle comes the other way. Agumake on the move, gets it to Magbegor.
And I'm just really glad to know that we have her kind of as like the finisher, the closer on the defensive end.
And NECA, what did you guys see out of Angel Reese, and was her 3-point shot on the scouting report?
I mean, Angel, she plays with energy. She plays with energy and confidence. And it's not necessarily something that she's known for, but she's in the league. Like everybody in this league is capable, and she showed that today.
Now they finally do to Angel Reese. And Skylar Diggins-Smith will foul. We'll let her hear it. Oh, nothing but nylon. Possession lead. And she does. Ooh.
So, she definitely demanded that respect with her outside shot tonight.
I just wanted to ask a little bit more about what you guys were thinking in the post, because these are the top two teams in points in the post, and that was where a lot of the points came from tonight. What was your plan heading into this, and did that work, or did you have to kind of change it as you went through the game?
In the middle of it. Here's Carter driving in on Horston, spinning, floating it up. Chennedy.
14 of 22.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they have great post players, great guards that get points in the paint as well. I think just obviously playing on the front foot and trying to prevent that, being more aggressive defensively, kind of, making a stand in the first quarter and sustaining that throughout the game. But yeah, they, play basketball too, so they, got to their spots. But I think just limiting points in the paint is something that we'll look at. And yeah, come Sunday, we'll be better at that.
And they're at 14% right now from behind the arc. They lose handle of the basketball. Diggins-Smith with it. 10 on the shot clock. In the corner, in trouble. Gets it to Agumake.
For either of you, do you think it was more difficult to get to the rim and get points in the paint tonight because of the presence of Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso in particular?
I mean, that's something that you always have to consider with this team. They have such a strong front court between those two, and even, Izzy and Bree. I think knowing when to go is something that we recognized at times, but maybe didn't sustain throughout the whole game. And maybe not, overthinking when we did catch it in the paint. I think because of their strong presence, there are times when you're expecting someone to come, and that can kind of take you out of your rhythm. And so understanding to recognize what's open once you get into the paint is something that we can probably do better on Sunday.
Got time for a few questions. Jordan on Zoom. Go ahead with your question.
Hey, ladies. So my first question is for Ezzy. You had 8 blocks, but only 13 points. You did kind of run into foul trouble a little bit. Do you think part of that is what kept you from getting into a rhythm throughout the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think I need to do a better job of staying foul discipline. Obviously,
I mean, you still played 30 minutes, only 13.
Yeah.
Like, that's not enough points? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I meant. I was just saying I'm used to more. Like, that's still good, but
Yeah, I mean, I can do a better job of staying foul discipline. Obviously, Angel and Camila, great players.
To Carter, pull up Jay, good night. Chennedy coming to get it, now Agumake, back to Diggins-Smith, great defense by Chicago. They can smell a victory. Horston 3-ball on the way, off the glass, career high times 7 from Ezzy Magbegor, 3 on the way to beat the shot clock. Okay, Magbegor driving baseline on Cardoso, flips it up and in, Stewart. Can't get it to go, and Seattle comes the other way. Agumake on the move, gets it to Magbegor. It's a 2-point.